Hi everyone, I am Julia Katsivo, holistic business coach for women who want to start or grow their business. And I am here interviewing a fabulous, fabulous lady that I met just the other day, and immediately we just connected and had a connection that's led to this, kind of like the next day we're on camera here. I thought everybody should hear her story, everybody should hear her mission and what her nonprofit is up to, because this is a really great time for people to find their communities and their networks. And this is a great time for leaders to be born out of this so that we can help move future generations into the future. Now, into a prosperous future, into one that is self-sustaining, into one that is uplifting, especially for our people. So without further ado, let us introduce the wonderful, amazing Evangeline. Tell us, introduce yourself, who you are, and let's take it from there.
Oh my God, Julia, I still can't believe that I'm online. I'm doing this, and thank you. All the thanks belongs to you. I am so grateful and I'm so humbled that I'm able to do this. And like I said to you, I wasn't gonna do it without you for the first time at least. And so I am happy. My name is Evangeline Chima, and I'm the executive director of North for-profit organization, Black Mentorship Inc. And what are we about? Black Mentorship Inc. It's an organization, a not-for-profit that I founded primarily because I saw the need for Black leadership, Black people in the leadership spectrum. Over the years, my experience as I grew in the corporate world, as I got into the stage where the management stage, quote unquote, anytime I'm stepping into a meeting, I'm 95% sure that I was going to be the only Black person. And at first, it was something that I said, okay, what can you do about it? Maybe there's not enough Black people around. But then I quickly started realizing that wasn't the case. And so I started asking myself, how come we have very few Black leaders out there? And the truth is, so long as we have few Black leaders, I don't think we're going to be able to have the type of change that we need in our community. Like I say to people, I'm not in any way saying that Black people don't have good paying jobs. We do. And I'm one of the lucky ones, I have to be honest. But the truth is that I don't think that we are in a position of influence. And so when I talk about having Black people in the leadership spectrum, my goal and my dream is that we're able to be in positions of influence so that we can replicate ourselves. We're not going to go far. I'm going to keep saying that if when you come to the top management level, you only see one Black lone face representing the entire Black race, right? And so that is why I felt there was a need for me to do something about it, and that's what Black Mentorship Inc. is all about.
Wow, that's powerful, and hence the reason why I said, let's get into this and dive deep into it. There's something that you said that struck me, which is, when you go into a room and you expect to see that there'll only be probably just you in that room. I know for me, I experience that a lot as when I speak, right? So I
Exactly.
do public speaking, and it's become quite the norm to go into spaces and realize that not only am I the only Black presenter, I am the only Black person in the room. and and I think one of the benefits of migration is you learn how to move through people and culture in a way that still maintains your sense of self. And so, those situations don't discourage me, or they don't impact me negatively, but I can imagine just how much better I would feel if I walked into that same space and saw 4 or 5 other people in even higher positions that would maybe leave me feeling a little bit more confident, a little bit more like I belong here, like I'm good, rather than having to go into this space where like, you know, you're like in any other situation, you're climbing up the ladder or taking on more responsibility. That in itself is a new environment. And then you have to navigate as the only person who represents your people in that space, taking on
Totally.
an unconscious burden that you did not sign up for, right?
Mhm.
This unconsciousness, this unconscious thought that you have to now represent. And I know I felt that for quite a few years. And to be honest, up until now, I still do the things that I do, understanding for the most part that very rarely will you come across a Kenyan, Canadian business life speaker such as myself in the areas in which I go speak at. So there's that part of me that understands I'm also representing Kenya, I'm representing Canada, I'm representing women, I'm representing Black people.
And the list goes on. Absolutely. You're so correct. And, it's not necessarily about not being confident going into that room, but it's the fact that you really have to prepare 200%. Okay. So whereby other people are doing maybe 70, 80, 90, you have to over prepare. And then coming to the meeting, it's almost as if anytime you open your mouth, you can hear a pin drop because you're the only person, you know, that all eyes are, on you. Sometimes you can see this there, like, what is she doing here? Or how did she get here? All kind of things. And so I said to myself, why do we have to walk in that space all the time? Why do I always have to over prepare to be where I'm supposed to be? Why do I always have to, in my head, first of all, instead of thinking about the presentation that I'm going to make, instead of thinking about the meeting that I know that I can contribute to, I'm thinking about, okay, I'm going to be the only one here. That means I need to do this. That means I need to slow down because they're not going to understand my accent. That means I need to look professional. That means I need to dress in a particular way. That means, and the list keeps going on. And by the time you walk in there, you are so weighed down with all of these that means that you are carrying behind you. And of course, when you are the minority too, when you bring up important point, it's easily ignored, right? And sometimes, so many times I had this experience where I would say something, and it would seem like nobody had me, and then Mr. Jeff somewhere say exactly what I said, maybe twisting it a little bit, and then the next thing you're going to hear everybody start saying is, oh, just like Mr. Jeff said, or just like Miss Stevens said. So just like me, this person said. And so that to me kind of always make me feel, okay, for this particular meeting, this is going to be my, obviously every meeting we have to have strategy. But I feel that because I know I'm going to be the only Black person, the energy that I put into each meeting, it's really way more than is expected. And at the end of the day, you feel drained. You come home, you don't have enough energy again to be a mother, to be a wife, and to do the other things that you have to do. And sometimes you see that coming up the way you snap at the people in your house. And it's not necessarily what is going on at home, it's because throughout the day you have all this what if, you have all these judgments that you're holding at your back, and you are thinking that, maybe it's all in the head. But hey, I don't think it would be wrong to have 2, 3, Black people in the room to help calm down your man.
Yeah, so I can see, so it's even bigger than, like, it really goes down to even health, like just how big that lack of representation. I don't know, like, I just got so much, I've actually run out of words. Bleh, for the first time in my life. I don't know what to say. Oh my gosh. So does your community, the one that you are building and attracting people to, does it provide a safe space to be that professional, or is it so that more people can be encouraged to be leaders and to show up and show out, that others may see them? What is the ideal picture? Now we know what the problem is and what people are going through. What would be ideally accomplished? What would be an ideal picture for, in terms of leadership, representation, minority, those issues?
Let me start with myself a little bit. And part of the reason why I started this is for me and for millions of Black professional men and women out there. And what I found is that we get to that stage. We're very ambitious. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I tend to think all Black people are very ambitious. Um, Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but that's my perception. So we strive to get really the goal that we set, and I think it has everything to do with our upbringing. Okay, our upbringing makes the way that we were raised. You have to have a not just education, good education. And when they say good education, you obviously know what it means. If you're not in that quote unquote professional, you're not a doctor, you're not an engineer, then that means that wherever you find yourself, you have to be extremely good. So you already have that coming from your upbringing. And so I believe that a whole lot of African people, Black people, we have that in our head, that mindset. And then you get to a stage, you're doing everything that you can. Using me as an example, I have a master's in information technology. I have a certificate in computer network management. I have my project management certification and all of that. And then you get to that stage and you now want to get to the next level of your career ambition. And then there is that challenge to get to that level. It's almost as if everybody is thinking, come on, it's okay. You've achieved your dream. What next do you want? But inside of you, you know that you still have more to offer, right? And you're not okay with that, quote unquote, what people may think is success. So what is actually a successful terrain, but you still want to get to the next stage. And so you start trying to get there, and then you meet roadblock upon roadblock upon roadblock, right? And then you start asking yourself, what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
How can I, crack business selling? And the truth of the matter, and I say this, and I've talked to quite a few of my Black professionals, friends, colleagues, sisters, brothers. And the truth of the matter is that we start noticing at that stage that it's not about what you know anymore. It's who you know. It's uh, do you know to do at work they call it politics, or is my language they call it kissing what, right? Do you know to do that? Most of us didn't grow in this part of the world. So we didn't learn the trade. We don't know how to navigate that treacherous point. And so we get lost. Or we're stuck. So you now have a choice. Be complacent. Accept where you are. Kill that dream, that ambition. Or I don't know what the other alternative is. For me, at least, I didn't know what the other alternative was. I just know that I started becoming depressed, unhappy. And everybody see me, they say, come on, you're senior business analyst, you're senior business lead, you've been a senior business consultant. What else? Don't you get paid? What else do you want? But I want more, and I want more because I know I can give more. And it's funny because if you ask me, so what is more for me? More for me at this stage is I want that title. And it may sound funny, I want to be a manager. And I want to be a manager because I believe that I understand the role of a manager. I believe it's not just a name. I believe I can impact. I believe I can inspire. I know I can coach. I know I can make a difference. And I know my stuff. So I also know I can contribute to the growth of the organization. And so for me, that is why I want that title. And of course, having the manager title comes with being able to influence. It also means being able to replicate yourself, right? And so with all these things, for me, I wanted that next step. And I feel in my community, there's a whole lot of us that also want that, right? But then we don't have a mentor, we don't have a sponsor, we don't have nobody to give us the hand, to propel us forward, to speak good of us when we are not in the room, right? And so that is what I'm hoping through my program, through this not-for-profit organization, we're able to pair young professionals like me with mentors, seasoned mentors who has achieved the height of their professional career, to be able to coach them and give them that tools to navigate the treacherous point that kind of kills or the career killer. I don't know the exact word to use, but to help navigate that particular point. And that's what I'm hoping that, by creating or cultivating a pool of mentors, by perhaps providing internship programs, working with organizations to develop internship programs or job shadowing, we will be creating opportunities for millions and millions of Black people. And then most importantly, the way I look at it, I'm a mother of 4 boys. And sometimes I feel, okay, basically I'm the role model that they have. And that's okay. That's okay. I need to be my kids' role model. But I want them to dream bigger than me. I want to be able to say to my son, you can be a CEO of this company. But the truth is, I can't really say that. In all honesty, today I can. That would be setting them up to me for failure. That is not telling them the truth. And so I'm hoping by, strengthening Black leadership, by replicating ourselves, by creating opportunities for Black people in the leadership terrain, we are making a difference and creating role models for our kids and for me to dream big.
Wow. Well, you heard her. So we're in, we've bought. Everybody who's listening to this is like, okay, yes, yes. So where do we sign up? What do we do next? What is the URL? What is the website? How do we get in touch with you? So do mentors sign up separately, and the people who need or are looking for mentorship or guidance, yeah, where's the pen?
There was discussion. No, I have not read it.
And there are so many avenues that you can someone. You can be a mentor. And the good thing about this whole thing is, if you're a mentor, you can also be a mentee.
Yes.
Okay. Because say me, senior business analyst, I can mentor so many people. But at the same time, I want to get to the next level of my career. So I'm also somebody that somebody can mentor. Right. So you can go to our website, www.blackmentorshipinc.ca. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And all the information on how you can become a mentor or a mentee or one of our speakers or any, support, various ways that you can support us. That one important aspect is that we welcome everybody from every ethnicity. So you don't have to be Black to participate. We really are looking for anybody that believe in diversity, that believe in inclusion, that believe in nurturing the next generation, that believe in nurturing, because it has to start with, again, I keep pointing to me, because if you nurture me, if I succeed, most likely my 4 boys will succeed, right? So that believe in investing, and helping somebody make an impact in somebody's professional journey can, become our mentor.
Well, there you have it, folks. We have the URL, and the information that you need is going to be included here at the bottom in the comment box for the video, so that you can go check out what this amazing woman is creating and even be a part of it. If what you've heard in this video resonates with you, please share this with your network, because the only way that we're going to succeed in this venture, and I say we, because even though it's yours, Evangeline, I feel like this is a village, and it takes a village to raise a child, and I feel like this is a child. And once you introduce this child to me, it's impossible for me to say, oh, good luck, you know, like it's like, okay, what do we need to feed this baby? What do we how things happen.
You know what, Julia, that is really a key point, because that's the way that I look at it. Once, you know, our participants, I believe by um, helping our participant, by supporting our participants, you are actually making a change in the Black community, because we're going to go back and give back and amplify and replicate. You know what I mean? And so you're not just mentoring only me, but you are actually, through me, a whole lot of people will get a benefit from whatever it is that you instill in me. So
Yes.
that's really a fantastic point.
Yes, absolutely. I truly believe in what you're doing. And truly, if your organization had existed 10, 15 years ago, my life would have taken a much different trajectory, because I, like very many people like me, always felt there was something a little different about them. They weren't able to say exactly what was different because they didn't see that difference represented. So you can't put a name to what you don't know or can't see, you know? So having to navigate the world your own way, and then coming to this place where you realize that your uniqueness is actually what makes you beautiful, that's quite a journey. And sometimes it's unnecessary, especially in careers, when you can have someone who's already walked before you, and all you have to do is follow those steps. So this is what we're trying to do, is shorten that learning curve and take out all the unnecessary parts. I mean, you're going to have to grow and struggle through a few things, but there are a lot of things that you don't have to go through. And it's true, who you know is gold. And I know this personally, seeing the value of what my name does in terms of the networks it gives me access to, but also what happens when I reach out to others and they give me access to, or the other way around, and that it truly is a network of people. So in building this community, we're truly strengthening each other, we're strengthening ourselves, and we're contributing to that healthier, wealthier generation that is self-sustaining, and that is going to do even greater things than we have done. Taking single paths like these and carving out, you know, because when you look at the rest of your family members, it's not like anybody's doing what you're doing. So you don't really have a reference, a frame of reference. And that's a situation a lot of people find themselves in, especially in those leadership positions where there's nobody else that they can turn to who understands or who's been there. It's sort of just, okay, this is my new environment, navigate through it. So you are appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you. And you too. You too. I can't still believe it that we're doing this. I can't still believe my luck.
Well, yeah.
So I thank God and I thank the universe.
To put a little context in this, Evangeline, this wonderful lady, poor girl, she's calling me to again, she's doing her work, right, with a nonprofit, except she didn't quite count on me. I am that person who goes quick and fast. And I tell this to people, I'm an action taker and I move fast. And when I do, I do. So by the time we were done with that conversation, she was like, what? We're doing a video tomorrow? And that's where we are today.
Well, honestly, this is good. Thank you for nudging me, for pushing me. See what I'm talking about when I mentioned that we do all need mentors, somebody to keep propelling us and pushing us to be the best that we can. So that is absolutely true.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving me your time and for allowing this message to be spread. And we look forward to all the wonderful things that will happen. All the best to you and your organization. And I look forward to seeing all the people who will rally in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Julie. I really appreciate your help in this. So God bless. Thank you.